Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Ship2Shore. I'm your host, Lieutenant Kimberly King, and I am joined here today by Lieutenant Commander Jesse Iwuji. Sir, how are you?
Doing pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Just to start off, tell us a little bit about where you're from, how you grew up, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so I'm originally from Dallas, Texas. Grew up there my whole life. Both of my parents immigrated from Nigeria to the U.S. back in the 80s and decided to settle in Dallas and have me and my two brothers and my sister. In high school, I went to Hebron High School in Carrollton, Texas. For those who are football fans out there, they know that football in Texas is huge. It's God in football, and that's pretty much about it. So I naturally gravitated towards football. And going through middle school and high school, I worked really hard to get myself better at football because I really wasn't that good at first to start. Well, in high school, I made it this goal of mine to go off to college and play college football. So I worked really hard in high school, whatever I could do extra to just get better, get bigger, get stronger, get just better at football. And eventually, by my senior year, I landed a starting position on the varsity team. I started getting recruited by a few schools, and eventually the Naval Academy came around. It was a big adjustment going to the Naval Academy. Coming from high school, in just the high school environment, things are a little bit slower. It's not as high paced. And then going to the Naval Academy, the academics go up a lot. You have way more hours of class to attend. Trying to balance all that stuff and then also play football at the same time was a little bit tough because football is its own full-time job itself. And you're having to balance that time schedule with your class schedule and also all your other military obligations. Definitely wasn't easy, but it helped set me up for success in life and everything else I was doing. So at the academy, I originally began off wanting to be a mechanical engineer. I went down that route at first. So I switched to general science and I got to study more a broader scope of things as far as physics, chemistries, all that stuff, math, instead of just focused on super technical engineering stuff. So that was good, and ended up graduating in 2010. So my decision going to Navy Reserves, the reason why is because my NASCAR career was definitely growing at that time. At that time, I was, still in the first couple of years of my racing, but I was active duty, and my time having to spend on the active duty side and then also on the racing side, the schedules weren't going to line up much anymore. So, I was getting to a point where I was getting to a high enough rank in NASCAR where I was going to be racing on Fridays sometime or Thursdays or practicing on Thursdays or Fridays or going and doing sponsorship obligations throughout the week. And this was going to make it very tough. So I was like, you know what? The only way for me to still stay part of the Navy and not have these issues with timing is by transitioning to the Navy Reserves. And that's why I made that decision. I had to figure out how to get the funding for it. I had to figure out how to find the time for it. I had to figure out what series I even wanted to start in and try to race in, how to get the training, how to do all this stuff. I had to figure it out and I had to figure it out quick. It wasn't easy at all, but through using my resourcefulness, I learned at the Naval Academy, I was able to put things together slowly, one by one, over the last 6 years and grow myself from, a low level of NASCAR, which is like the late model series to now racing in the national series and the truck series and the NASCAR Xfinity series. Big shout outs to all the folks who have been part of this journey this entire time. My agent has been very helpful in everything I do. Matt Casto, my fiance, she's been very helpful in everything I do. Cynthia, family, my brother's sister, mom, dad, all them, uncle, aunts, the folks in Nigeria who are still there. All my military friends, football, Navy football, every one of them, awesome coaches, high school coaches, everybody. There's been a lot of great people in this journey to kind of help me get to where I'm at now. And I'm just very thankful for all those people. And obviously, God, I'm super religious. So thanks to God for everything.